The old Dakota's back in the shop. That's what we were looking for right there. We win, dude.
All right, today's a good day because I've got my GMC in the shop today.
Jace got himself a new ride last night. He traded the Corvette off and got himself a 2001 Chevy 1500 extended cab.
It's not broken, which is a bonus, but we're adding something that I really need to it. See these old crusty looking headlights? Those two boxes hopefully have better looking headlights that we can throw on this to make it look less like an everyday truck that's on the road, make it stand out a little bit more. And then I'm gonna paint the grille black so it matches the bumper. I don't know why they did that little two-tone color, or it might have been black and it defaded. I also have put tow mirrors on it because it is a tow truck now. Look at that thing. She's getting some upgrades, so we'll pop the hood and put these lights on it. Maybe. It's kind of hard doing it one-handed. Let's see how you filled that. All right. Let's see what we've got here. Okay, yeah, that's bottom row. How are those gonna look on there?
New lights, huh?
Pretty good, decent.
That looks good.
Oh yeah, like that. It's gonna look pretty good. Throw it in. So scrap all of that. I won't be doing this today. I bought them for a Chevy, not GMC. I give up. All right, we are back in the shop today, and today we are working on my Dakota. She has some problems. Well, I think we've discussed this before. The tranny has officially left the chat. So we have a new tranny. Now we just gotta put it in it so I can go back to driving this whole thing. It's been a good rig so far. I gotta repaint the bumper. It's starting to chip a little bit, but she'll buff. All right, let's put her on the hoist and lift her up.
All right, the old Dakota's back in the shop. Not just for general maintenance, but transmission trouble. So this transmission was with a group of them that I had a company in Provo build. They did a terrible job. I had the FJ tranny built, a derby car tranny, this transmission, and the one we just put in the Onx build. The derby car one never worked from the start. 3 times I took it back, didn't work. Yeah, it's not good. Finally, we took it to a derby and it burned up in no time at all. No reverse, no reverse transmission. The FJ transmission was no bueno. Didn't have all the gears, it neutraled on us, it was junk. I'm not happy. This transmission, we thought we dodged a bullet. We thought it was gonna work. It has leaked from day one. That is not good. But he's got about 3,000 miles, 4,000-ish miles on it. She started slipping, it's got tons of metal in it. It's junk. So that company hosed me about 12,000 bucks for 5 transmissions. So far, none of them are great. The transmission in the Onx build, I hope, is good. If it's a little sluggish in between some of the gears, we're hoping we can tune it out with a computer. If not, it's coming out before we go. But Jace is onto a transmission. We got a new one for it from a good builder this time. So we're gonna go ahead and see if we can get this thing pulled out of here today and the other one stuffed back in it and have this truck driving again today. So we'll see how this goes.
All right, we've got everything disconnected from the transfer case. Drive lines, wires, cables. So now I think we can remove these bolts. It can drop. If I break something, which is probably gonna happen, we'll just have to fix it because it's all we got.
All right, he's getting somewhere. He's getting torque converter bolts out currently. Then basically I think we can pull some shifter stuff off, pull the trans out of it, and get this new one put in here. Throw this thing in the dump. Not really, we're gonna take it back for a core, but we'd like to throw it in the dump. I'm sick of doing stuff twice because someone else couldn't do their job properly. All right, I've been doing other stuff, letting this kid work on his truck. He's close. We're basically to unhooking a shifter bell housing bolts and yanking this thing out of here. Then we'll show you putting the new one back in it, taking it for a test ride. It's happening tonight. We're gonna work late until we get it done because we got other stuff we're doing tomorrow. So this is happening tonight. Alrighty, go backwards a little bit. Enough, we're gonna start going down just ever so. One junk PRTC built junk transmission. Less than 3,000 miles on this old turd. She's oily, just leaked oil from day one. Has that other trans got that cutout in it? Let's go out and just take an eyeball of it. All right, we're winning here. I've got a quart of oil in the that's not a transfer case. It's late. That is definitely a torque converter. So I put a quart of oil in the my goodness, in the torque converter. And it's one of those days, Jace. I know. Trans is ready to rock. We're gonna go ahead, throw it on the trans jack. I'll stuff the torque converter in it. And we're gonna poke it up in there and bolt it in. Probably not gonna get it all hooked up tonight because I gotta leave early in the morning. I'll get it far enough along that Jace can take over and he can get it put in tomorrow. So we'll see how this goes. Alrighty, trans. We got torque converter setting in it, these in. We found a difference in this one. So the plugs are different. We may end up pulling the pan off of this and swapping some electronics out in it to make the overdrive kick up and the torque converter lock in and out. So fun stuff, but the rest of the tranny's the same. It's just a matter of swapping that out later if we have to. But we're gonna get the tranny stuffed in and cross member mounted up so it'll hold it, and then he can take over tomorrow on it. All right, just our luck. I just got curious. We were looking here. Got a tape measure out. It's not gonna work. Our other tail housing is 15 inches long. This one is only 11.5 inches long. So drive lines aren't gonna work. It ain't gonna happen. So we're pulling it back out real quick. I'll take it back. I'm headed to Chad's in the morning, so I'll pull it out and I'll take it back up and we'll see if we can make one out of the old one and this one and make one work. So what do you do? All right, on days such as this, you got to remind yourself, cars are fun. We enjoy this stuff.
They are. They're so fun.
Yeah, they're fun. They're good times. We'll get this sorted out. I had these guys building this transmission out of parts, and there's like 10 tail housings that possible could go on there, and I didn't measure it. So it's a lot of my own fault. So we'll burn it back up to them. I happen to be going up to drop the Willys off tomorrow, so I'll burn the tranny on up to tip-top transmission, see if they can slap parts from one to the other. We can make it work. I may make it back tomorrow night with it. I may not. We'll see how things go. All right, it is a few days later, but we've got the tranny back. Tip-top. It was my own fault. I told him a 97 or 96 when it's a 92. They built me a 96 tranny. They bolted in, but it wouldn't work. So we've now got the 92 original tranny back out of Jace's Dakota, all built and ready to rock. We're gonna stuff it in there and have this thing running this afternoon is the plan. I got Landon here. He's home from school, so I'm gonna put him to work. We're gonna go to thrashing on this thing. Jace will be home shortly. 3 of us working on it, we'll have it done. Tom, he's still here. He's here slaving on the 55 still, trying to get gauges working, all those little things. So if you guys want to see the progress Tom's made on the 55, you're gonna have to jump on to Big Hammer Garage to check that out. All right, this is an important step. When you guys put a new tranny in something, you have to flush the trans cooler. If you don't, it ain't gonna live. So I've already pumped like a gallon of diesel through this cooler to get all the nasty stuff out of it. Now we're gonna use a bottle of this here trans cleaner. I took the fitting out of the transmission, screwed it in right there. Here, cameraman Bob, hold that. How bad's this gonna spray us?
I don't know.
I don't know either, but oh. Okay, don't tip it upside down. That's not how it wants to be. We've already had 1 gallon of diesel through this, and wait till you see how dirty this still is. Look at that. That is nasty still.
Did you get a new cameraman?
I got me a new one.
Oh. Landon came home.
We got some deer hunting to do tomorrow.
Yeah, you gonna get stuff?
Well, we're in a hunt.
Land, you gonna find something?
I hope.
We're good to go. Put a tranny in it. Torque converter's all put in. We've got the fittings put in. We're ready to stuff this thing in the truck and start bolting it back up. We may have this done when Jace gets home.
It's a very high possibility.
We won't. We're gonna have it a lot closer to being done. He can button it up. He can do all the clean out. All right. Got a little captain in me today. You ever seen those commercials?
Uh-oh.
You haven't seen a Captain Morgan commercial?
No.
Oh yeah, I got a little captain. That's what I'm doing. I'm pumping.
And when you see them, it will become instantly clear that they've all got a little captain in them. Got a little captain in you.
Yeah. Where were you raised, Landon? What the heck?
Not in the right era.
No, you weren't in the TV era. Oh, get over there. Get in there. Going up. Okay. All right, Jace made her home from school just in the nick of time. You can go clean that transfer case off. Get it all cleaned up. Landon's putting dipstick bolt in. I got it glued in. We're gonna tighten hoses and plug wires in. Put a cross member in this thing. Within an hour, we'll be driving this thing. I hope. I mean, we will. All right, cross members going back in. Land's getting stuff. Some of those have nuts, Land. There you go. Now that one's lined up. We're getting there. We're winning. Jace is putting starter back in. And then we bolt transfer case in it and put some oils in us. So we're getting closer. Front drive line's not going back in it. We found a bad cardinal joint. So we'll deal with that shortly. And then race ready at that point. All right, we just got the old transfer case stabbed up in there. We're putting some bolts in it.
What's that?
That? It's one of those.
Might have just been in there.
Yeah, it's one of those. No.
Oh.
I hope we don't need that.
Alright, that will start.
All right, he's bolting this thing up. We're gonna fix a few things. He doesn't like how loud it is. We're gonna cut this muffler off. We've got a 50 series used one. We'll put it on here. Quiet it up a little bit, but all right, we are to the part where we're gonna weld some exhaust back together here, and then we'll just finish the back. So we're getting close. We got a little more plumbing to do. We gotta fill the transfer case full of oil, the transmission full of oil. We gotta put an oil filter on the motor and change the oil in it. And I think we're close to starting this thing. The exhaust is in. Go ahead and tighten those bolts up now, man. Fluids are going in.
Oh yeah.
That means it's close. We'll put 7 quarts. I'm dying. All right, we'll put 7 quarts in it. Then we'll fire this thing up. Put it in neutral. I'm dying.
I just do that.
Freaking dying. You just watch that. Got oil pressures? You put oil in it, right? Okay, I need you to put it in reverse. There it went in reverse. Go forward. Okay, put it in neutral. Come out here and check this stuff. All right, so these trannies like to be checked in neutral. So we'll pull that out and see where he's at. Put some more in it. So they like a lot of fluid, so we'll put a few more quarts in it.
It's a lot quieter now. We put that another muffler on it.
Alrighty. Let's see how this works.
It's weird driving this. I haven't drove it in a long time.
Turn and drive down here and go easy on her shift. I may have too much pressure on it. I should have brought that thing with me. Okay, turn around. It shifted there. I got too much pressure. You'll have to let off the gas to get it to shift. We'll go take a little off of it. Well, turn around down here and let's go back.
Oh, it's quiet. It's weird now.
Yeah, 50 series to, or 40 to 50 series mufflers, big difference. Just leave it running.
Just drop right into reverse.
I just want to see you just ease on it and just bump the gears up. Perfect. All right. Now I want you to stomp on it. I want to see it kick down. Yeah.
Ain't used to not do that.
Awesome. That's what we were looking for right there. That's all of it. It does what we want it to. Yep. Good deal. We're golden. Should kick down. It does what it's supposed to. We win, dude. Cool. Now you just got to fix your tail light that you smashed, and your truck's back in business.
Like some mist too.
Yeah, spark plugs probably. And he seems to be solid. We'll go check for leaks. See anything like that? But other, I think we've whipped this thing.
4-link next.
Fix the rear end, huh?
Yeah. I'd like cover back there.
Yeah.
That's why you keep 6 tires in the back.
All right, Jace's truck's finished. No leaks. It's good to go. He's gonna fix the spark plug wires or whatever the miss is. But he can do all that, so thanks for watching.